So again, I'm moving to another point, which is how to describe. Describing things. How to describe is a big issue, because most of the people, especially the very practical people who are not very much into literature and using words, are not very clever at describing things. But let me tell you something. The best way to do for describing something is to assume that this person right in front of you is a blind person. A blind person who cannot see what you're talking about. In that case, assuming that I'm a blind person who cannot speak or who cannot see well, you will be able to create images. Creating images has some techniques. The main technique is using sensory details. So for describing, you have to use sensory details, which is mainly by using adjectives. So what are your senses? You guys know what are our senses? It's to hear, to listen, to see, to smell, to taste, to feel, to touch. Yeah? Okay, so in order to describe something, you have to tell me, how does it sound? How does it look like? How does it smell? How does it taste? How does it feel? And you can add some facts about it too. That way, you will do great. That would be the best description you could do in your whole life. Also, you can add some more literary devices. يعني بعض التعبيرات الأدبية. Like what? Like a metaphor or a simile. A metaphor يعني التشبيه. Metaphor, when you compare two things with each other, but without using the word as or like. So, for example, you can say that, and her eyes were glowing. Her eyes were glowing. Glowing means that her eyes were shiny. Yeah? Or you can say that, and the soldiers roared in the battle. The soldiers roared in the battle. This means that you're comparing the soldiers with what? Lions. Did I say the word lions? No. Did I say the word as or like? No. This is what I mean by the word metaphor. Metaphor بالعربي, I think that they call it
كناية.
what?
كناية.
الكناية. Excellent. Yes. الكناية. صح. Okay. So you're comparing two things with each other, using the word without using as or like. But in case you would like to use as or like, okay, then it is called a simile. Simile means comparing two things using as or like. So he was as tall as a tree. I use the word as. Okay. Okay. He was as funny, or she was as funny as a monkey. So here I'm comparing two things using the word as or like. This is a simile. So again, if you want to describe perfectly, you can use the sensory details. Also, you can use some literary devices here. Literary devices like simile, metaphor, and personification. Personification. Anyone can tell me what's personification? Personification is to imagine or to give personal traits to things and to animals. Again, to give personal traits to things and to animals. Like, for example, when you say that, and then the flowers smiled in the morning. Can a flower smile? Definitely not. But what am I doing now? I'm just comparing the flower with a human being who smiles in the morning. Yeah? This is what I mean by the word personification. Giving personal traits to things and to animals. This is personification. Again, in order to make a very successful description, because most of the questions in the speaking test, they will ask you to describe. So the best description you would ever make is by using the sensory details. And again, who can tell me sensory details? Who can tell me what do I mean by sensory details? Anyone?
Sensory details means we use our senses like smell, taste, feel, touch, or we can, as you said, we can use also some facts also. Plus, we can use the metaphor or simile or personification.
Excellent.
Right?
Yeah, excellent. Perfect. Perfect. MashaAllah. Okay, for that, if I ask you to please start, have this vase. Can you see it?
Yes, yes.
Okay? I want you, please, to start describing it. Imagine that Hind is a blind person who cannot see. And we both went to a supermarket to buy some vases for decoration. And I was not able to see it or to feel it or whatever. What would you write to describe it? Now, please, 2 minutes to describe it using whatever I gave you here. Do you want to hold it? Or you know it now?
خلاص we know it.
Don't forget the techniques that we learned. Again, we must apply the techniques that we learned. Introductory phrase. Don't forget. Introductory phrases. What else did I say? Rather than the introductory phrases. If you're stuck, use the WH questions. Watch the tense of the presentation that you're going. Which tense are you going to use? Is it past or present?
Present simple.
It's a present because you're talking about something that is real, a fact, right? Okay, now let's start. 2 minutes for each. I think it will become easy if you just notice what I wrote on the board. Number 1, how does it look? Sound, smell, feel, touch. Number 2, mention some facts about it. And number 3, simile or some literary. You know? Asma, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay, you want me to answer?
Mm-hmm. I want you to take turns, please.
Oh, okay.
With your applicants, yes.
Okay, fine. Now let's start with Reda. Rida, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, start describing the plant, please. The vase.
Okay. Basically, I like a flower a lot. So from one time to another, I go to the flower shop in my neighborhood to have a bunch of flowers. Um, 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 to have a bunch of um, flowers. Actually,
Rida,
for
I'm
my
going to pause you for a while, okay? Now I have to start my stopwatch. Rida, can you hear me? I'll start my stopwatch because I want you to keep on talking for continuous 2 minutes, consecutive 2 minutes, all right? So now you shall start. Start now, 2 minutes. Keep on talking for 2 minutes, Rida.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Basically, I like flowers. I like flowers a lot. So from time to time, I like to go to the flower shop in my neighborhood to have flowers. To have flowers, a bunch of flowers. Um, 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 um,
Why do you like flowers? I'm sorry.
I think
Okay,
I like flowers. Yeah, I like flowers because I think flowers is the best way to express your feeling for those you love. Um, uh, the last time I bought flowers was for my husband in his birthday, and it was I don't know. I don't know because I did not finish my thing.
Can say a surprise gift.
Yeah, as a birthday gift for my husband, and he liked it. He liked it a lot, and because as I told before, the flowers was was I don't know, but the flower was vitally.
Where did you put it?
Stop. 2 minutes are over. Thank you very much. Rida? Okay, so Rida, I need to talk to you a lot about your presentation. All right? Too many pauses in between. And tell you what? I'm so sorry to tell you that you are off point. Off point means that you didn't answer the question given to you. The question was describe the vase. Where did you go? You went somewhere else, right? Kept on talking about flowers, how much you like flowers.
Okay.
That was a gift to your husband in whatever occasion. But again, you did not. You missed the main point of this describing the vase. Am I right? Do you know, Rida, that would give you, you know how much would that give you? That would give you a 4. A band score 4, Rida. Because you're off point. You're talking about something else which is not requested.
Maybe because I joined
you joined late. Okay.
Sorry,
no problem.
Sorry.
No, never mind.
Sorry.
But let's listen to others. Asma, who would you like to choose?
Okay, let's choose May. May, are you here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are going to describe the vase, not an experience in buying flowers, right?
keep on talking for 2 minutes, but don't forget to answer the main question.
Yeah. Okay. As a matter of fact, flowers add beauty to any place we put in. This vase looks amazing with a nice pink color. Its base is from ceramic and it has a wonderful colored flowers. It contains the yellow color you love. In my opinion, this will be good for your room. It's the texture of the flower is smooth, and you can smell a wonderful odor from its flowers. Short as usual.
Continue.
I described the 4 senses, but can I continue?
WH question technique, please.
I know, but this you asked it for the description of the vase, not I'm buying the vase and with who and so on, right?
Yes, correct, totally correct.
I think we didn't get the idea perfect. I think we just understood that we will describe the vase not using the WH questions, right?
Yes, you need to use the WH questions once you're stuck, especially that I told you to keep on talking for 2 minutes. If I ask you to just describe and that's it, then you could have given your answer and stop. But since I'm asking you to keep on talking for 2 minutes, then you'll have to look at my board because I'm going to explain something else called digression, the digression technique. Digression, which is written here, digression. Digression is to talk about a topic which is mainly not the most important topic that we're talking about. It's a sub-important topic, a topic which in a way related to the main topic. Talk about it for a certain time in order to fill in your time. If you fear that your 2 minutes won't be covered, then you can use a sub-essential or sub-important topic. Like what? For example, I still remember when the examiner asked me to talk about technology, right? And I started talking about technology. Then she asked me, to what extent do you believe technology is important in your own life? I kept on talking about using the laptop, using the smart board, using the projectors, PowerPoint presentations. And then I felt like, oh, I still have so much time, right? Then I assumed I created a situation where I kept on talking and telling her about where when I lost my laptop one day, and that made my life or changed my life into a hassle because everything was upside down. I felt like this computer or this laptop is my bread and butter. Do you guys know what's bread and butter? Bread and butter means that this is the source of earning money. Yeah? So I felt like this laptop is my bread and butter. It's one of the most important things in life that makes me pursue my job either in the morning or online courses or whatever. Therefore, it created a big problem for me, and I really appreciated this set, and at that day, I appreciated technology most. All right? Okay. So, now what did I do? I was talking about the importance of the laptop. However, the main topic was not that. The main topic was mainly about technology. This is what I mean by the word digression. So I want you to think about a digression topic if the question is about shopping. We're going to talk about shopping. What digression topic would you like to talk about to fill in your time?
Maybe my experience, any stuff I bought and was useful for me, Right?
Good one. Yes.
A side topic.
Excellent. What else? Another idea. Well done, May. Excellent. What else?
Maybe it can be the, like I got a very nice top, but when I came home and it didn't fit me or something wrong with it, and
That's
I
an
had to go
interesting
back.
example. Excellent job, Naz. Excellent. What else? Can we talk about shopping in Saudi Arabia, and in what way is it different than the shopping experience in any other way? Can we talk about shopping online versus shopping in real malls?
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
And it's now spreading everywhere, and it's even more it's even taking more priority and more importance than shopping in real malls. Can you talk about it? Would that be a good digression? Definitely. Okay, so I want you guys to think about something else. What if my topic is about friendship? A digression topic, please. Friendship. What digression topic would you talk about?
I had a problem, and my friend stands beside me, and he solved the problem.
Well, stand beside is a very Arabic word that we cannot use. Yeah?
Supported.
Instead, you can use the word supported. Very good, Mohammed.
Support.
Supported, yes. Okay. Zahra, excellent, May. Very good.
Yes.
Your mind is very present, May. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Zahra?
I'm still thinking about, you mean about the vase or the friendship?
Friendship. If you run out of ideas and you don't have anything to, any ideas to generate, what?
I can talk about certain friend for me.
Certain what?
Friend for me.
That would be
I can talk about him.
Yes, Abdul Hamid, that would be the topic itself. Or that would be an example of the topic. But again, as a digression, you can talk, as we said before, you can talk about one of your friends, describe him physically and psychologically. And also, you can make a very nice digression, which is the importance of friendship in each one's life. Yes?
And living without friends.
And living, or living without a friend. Yeah, or a close friend in my life. The importance of having a close friend in my life. The difference between my life when I had a close friend and my life when I feel lonely and isolated in a different country. Correct? Yes, Ashwaq, you want to ask a question? Ashwaq?
Again? Digression.
Yes, this is called a digression. Yes. Mohammed, any other ideas you have?
What is the meaning here?
Okay. A minute, Mohammed, sorry. Ashwaq is asking, what is digression? Can anybody define the word?
I think digression is
Subtopic, talking in subtopic.
Okay, it is quite right, which is talking in a topic which is not the most important topic. بتتكلمي في موضوع فرعي. It's not the main or the essential topic that you are asked to answer about. Okay?
This is the fourth time we break the contract today. There should be a penalty next time in the contract.
I did? Okay, sometimes I feel like the applicants need a little bit of, an Arabic hint, because it's the definition of the word. Yes, I know. The definition of the word is quite complicated. So in order to make sure that they understand each and every word I say, I just give this simple Arabic hint. Is it the fourth? Are you calculating numbers or time?
No, Asma should be the one who is calculating to apply the penalty.
Good job, Mohammed. Okay. Okay. So you beat me. 1-0. Let's see. Okay. So now you understand the techniques, right? Do I have to move to the book itself right now? Yes?
Okay.
Let's go for the first speaking test. I will only take section 1 in test 1, which is in Cambridge 12 general test. Again, my book that I'm going to open now, Cambridge 12, test 5, which is the first test.
I don't have the book now.
No problem.
You will share the screen now?
I will share the screen right now, yes.
Okay.
Okay. So we are going to open, as I said, Cambridge 12. First test, which is test 5. Here we go. General or academic? General. No difference, by the way. In the speaking section, there's no difference. All right. Okay, can you see my screen right now? Here we go. This is IELTS 12, general training book. First, we'll start with test 5, which is the first test in this book. You usually start with the listening exam, and the speaking will be the last thing to end the test with. And it's usually taken separately, as I told you last time. The speaking test is usually taken separately. So here we go. Here, the examiner asks the candidate about him or herself, his or her home, work and studies, and other family topics. And I'm not going to ask you about this. Whereas I will ask you about health. Okay? And I want you to please start thinking about an answer to this question where you have to follow the same tips that I gave you. Number 1, you have to use the introductory phrase. Number 2, keep an eye on the tense of the question. Number 3, use the WH question if you're stuck in your answer. Number 4, if you're required to describe something, then you have to learn how to describe it. Finally, use the digression technique. And by the way, let me give you one golden tip. That's a golden tip. Please use your terminology that is related to your career. So if you had a question talking about health and you're a doctor or a physician or a pharmacist or whatever, you will find that you know better than anyone else. Please do not waste the chance to give a unique answer, an answer that is different than anybody else. Do not speak like normal people. If the question has the probability of inserting your own terminology, please do not hesitate on doing it. Okay? That would grant a different, unique answer than anybody else's answer. Okay? Okay, so, yalla, we shall start. I will start with Asma. Are you there? Who didn't
Yes, I'm
answer
here.
last time?
I'm here.
Okay.
It was only Maya and Reda who answered.
Okay,
so
so let's move to the others, please.
Okay. Zahra, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Let's start.
Okay. I am Zahra Manjoud. I started studying in Saudi Arabia. Then I back home.
Zahra, sorry for interrupting you, but all you need to do is to answer the first question that Asma will ask you.
Asma will ask me? Oh, okay.
Yes, the first question.
Okay. You want to ask, is it important to you to eat healthy food? Why and why not?
At pasta, I don't take care to eat healthy food, and I started to suffer from some medical problems. So I switched my lifestyle to eat healthy food. I started to search about some recipes, watch YouTube videos about recipes, and apply this with my family, and also started to I decided to begin with my children from there were babies to eat healthy food. We switch something like fried French fries, and we buy air fryer to make it more healthy. Some recipes we switch it to make it in oven instead of frying. We try to replace the sugar by using honey in our drinks. That's enough.
Okay.
Did they mention who supported you to do all of this?
Okay, Sarah, so you have finished?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's move to the other one. Ala, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay. If you catch a cold, what do you do to help you feel better? Try to mention why. Why do you do the things?
As a matter of fact, scientifically speaking, if you have a cold, you cannot stop it. If you eat a lot of oranges or vitamin C, but it may makes me feel better, and it may relieve some symptoms, but it will last for the cold will last for the same duration, if not given these fruits. But it feels good, and it's healthy to maintain diet though, with greens, vegetables, and fruits. I have to speak for 2 minutes, or?
Yes, try your best.
Okay. And the last time I had a cold, it was very tough, and nothing benefited me, so I had to have some medicines, and I had fever, and I stayed in bed for 3 days.
So you regretted that, okay?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Ala. Who else? Okay, what about Ashwa? Ashwa, did you say, are you here?
Yeah, yes, Asma.
Okay. Do you pay attention to public information about health? Why? Why not?
Honestly speaking, not too much, because maybe I have no time for that. but sometimes when I find any article.
A minute, please. I'm really sorry to allow to interrupt you. But again, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you follow the same techniques that I gave you. Start with the main idea. I follow or I don't follow. So that would be your main idea. Honestly speaking, I don't follow a certain diet. Honestly speaking, I don't follow these tips, okay? And then you start giving supporting details to convince me that you're not support or using these advice or public advice or public whatever they're asking about, okay? Okay, go ahead.
So Hind, should I say, honestly speaking, I don't pay attention to public information?
Yes, because this needs honesty. Excellent.
Okay. Okay, honestly speaking, I don't pay attention to public information about health because I'm very busy. My day is very busy. Morning in my job and or my work, then the rest of the day with my children, and at the night I'm working in my developing plan for my career. But sometimes when I find any article on Facebook or in internet that illustrate some information about health, I read it. And actually sometimes when I was on diet and I want to know any information about the healthy food, I go through internet and find the recently researches for that.
Thank you very much. But before I start commenting, Asma, would you please look at your Ella.
Sorry?
Okay. Khalas, no problem, Asma. You can mute your microphone now. Ella, I'm talking to you. Ella, what's your profession?
I'm a pharmacist.
Come on, man. Pharmacist. Where are your terminology here? What words did you use that has to do with your career? You didn't use any. You used
no, but I just
only.
But I just
yes. Whereas you could have used words like when I had a flu 4 days ago. When I had a flu, I showed all the symptoms of having a flu. Like what? Who can tell me what are the symptoms of flu?
Coughing.
Fever.
Runny nose.
Coughing.
Running nose.
Sneezing.
What's that? Sneezing. Huh?
Cough.
Sneezing.
Coughing.
Coughing.
Rhinitis.
Headache.
Huh?
Rhinitis.
Rhinitis. Okay. What else?
Fever.
Fever. Excellent. What else?
Sore throat.
Sore throat. Well done. What else?
Headache.
Headache. Yes. Good job. What else?
Fever.
Congested nose and chest. Right? What else? A pain in the muscles. Or you can say muscle ache.
Muscular pain.
Yes, muscle ache or muscular ache. Very good. Okay.
Sinus.
Very good. Sinus, yes. And again, something else. Now you can talk, look at the question again, at the question carefully, which says, do you pay attention to public information about health? Why and why not? By the way, if I